Hey guys, it is Nathan here, and we're back for another 40 minutes around Portimao, once more in the Corvette. This car is pretty much a hand-in-glove fit, or whatever the saying is. I mean, it's exactly what I would expect the car, or a GT3 car, to feel like around here. And I'm very glad to have found it. Unfortunately, we could not find the top 10 for qualifying. But it's a 40-minute race for a reason. So let's see what we can do as we head down to turn 1. Partner inside here. Oh, I see a spinner. Kind of, oh, 3 wide. Mustangs bouncing off each other. Porsche in the mirror. Take turn 4 carefully. Alright, head down to turn 5 now. Yeah, so we just picked up a 1X just to be extra safe. I was going to move to the outside, but really we want the inside, especially now. Come on. Ah, he's going to hold it there. Porsche, he's just going to spin us out. Okay, that's fine. Ronald, that was very lousy. Oh, it's Ashley up ahead. Hi, Ashley. Oh well, so we're down to 18th. We got some work to do. Go ahead and do it then. I don't think we have any damage. Yeah. I would be really unlucky if we came away with damage from that. But getting turned there was pretty dumb. Just a car with their nose in that couldn't really hold it. The cold tires. And I do blame him. But I understand. It happens. Alright, well, we've got a, like I said, a 40-minute race for a reason. We've got our work cut out down here in 18th. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, like I said, I don't blame him. I do blame him, but I understand, actually. Just because the Porsche, when I tried it around here, was pretty difficult to come to terms with. I just feel like the front end is very numb, and you don't get the bite that you're looking for. And then the back end is quite tail happy. So it's going to understeer, especially early on. And then as the fuel and everything burns off, you'll probably feel a little bit more comfortable. Once the tires warm up, but I don't know. It's hard at first. The Porsche not easy to drive. Saw a Mustang there that was in the infield. And he's rejoining. That was not a safe rejoin. Whoa. Getting covered off. Like that was a fair move, but okay. Good defense. I do know Ashley from Racing League that we were in. Not trying to use that to my advantage. Like, hey, you know me, so let me through. But I was hoping for maybe a bit more room than that. Anyways, we're up to 17th now. Opportunity here to sneak by. Opportunity well taken. We got to allow these Mustangs that fortunately don't take no for an answer. Hold it around the inside. Good exit. With the left-hand bend, we'll be able to clear him. Or so I thought. Backs out of it, then sends it in anyways. Alright, fair enough. It's just racing like that that doesn't help either of us. We just lose a little extra time to what we need. And speaking of, there's the one that clobbered us. He's not got a front end. Jesus, dude. Alright, just take the position. Obviously, something has gone wrong in your race. And you refuse to turn into the corner. Okay. Just hyper-aggressive Mustangs, man. Yep, and just forcing me off the racetrack. Both of these guys. Alright, we've got to keep her cool. Keep her cool. Just very annoying. You have to be in that situation where you can't really defend, but they're not really alongside enough either to be entitled to the space. Well, they're going to make it anyways for themselves. Force you off the track. It's a little 1x. It could be worse. Alright, don't be holding me up now. Alright, so we haven't made any progress here. We're back still in 17th. We gotta get by this guy. Ill-advised lunge, but it's fair play, given... Yep. I mean, we gotta go. He has damage to his car, and we got to use the same tools he used against us, so we got to go. I'm not even that fast, so I don't think I can just pull away from him in an instant. Might have to put a couple laps here together in order to distance ourselves. Oh, off track. That's unfortunate. Alright. We look good. Car's in okay shape. We're P16. But hopefully, enough time, everything will play out. Been one of the messier races we've been a part of, but can't all be perfect. .41.1 is quite quick. We do a 42.0. Okay, had too much wheel input in it. All right. Yep, so we have 41.0. We have decent pace, I think, in these conditions. 37.2 degrees Celsius. I could see myself getting into the 41.9 to 41.8. We're at. Dude, why'd I come out so far wide yet again? Swinging it out way too wide. Looks like the slow car has gotten going, and or is that lap car. I'm very glad I got by Adam when I did, because he is struggling back there, just really overdriving the car. At the very least, if I can just straighten out the ship just a little bit better, we've got a chance. Way too deep here. Chance to catch up to the top 15. Undecided if I want first gear. Second gear in that one corner. Anyways, see if we can catch Francisco and then just kind of one at a time, because P16 is not good enough, but obviously the pit stop phase hopefully will help us out as well. Again, a little lift, but this time a much better line. Down, grab the apex, power out. Can maybe be more direct on exit. Ooh, just within track limits. But yeah, right here, it's either first gear or it's second. But I don't know if it matters which one you actually pick, because they seem very similar. A good rotation either way. Not the best run out onto the start-finish straight, but it is a 41.9. White get the momentum right through turn 1, at least at the apex. We can get by the 24 rather quick, that would be lovely. Track like this, though, isn't very high attrition. Somebody's off as soon as I say that. And I bet you it was the battle between the car number 6 and Ashley, and I bet you it was number 6 again, just being over aggressive as he has been this entire race. It's not surprising to me. And that's why, you know, when people say like iRacing has a driving standard problem, that's it right there. Because iRacing doesn't have a rule anymore. I think it used to, but it doesn't have a rule against reckless driving. And unfortunately, yeah. So 6 has been a wrecking ball all race. I don't even have to look at that one. I can already tell you. Probably number 6, probably. I'll look at it, but anyways. Yeah, you used to be able to protest, like, reckless driving. Anyways, let's get by Francisco. Let's see if we can do it quickly. Back in the day, I used to hate, like, Ferrari drivers for being over-aggressive, and now it is absolutely Mustang drivers. I think that was just a mistake. It would be nice, though, if he would just leave the door open and let me through. Oh, I'm gonna rear-end him. Ah! Sorry. Very sorry. That was dumb. Oh, I'm the idiot. Don't you hate when that happens? When you've spent the whole race calling other people idiots. That guy's an idiot. Alright, mission remains the same. And I think the hairpin will be kind to us here.
Alright. Clear on the right. Left side. Still there, hold your line.
As long as we can hold it on the dirty line.
Clear.
I think he backs out of it. Alright, that wasn't pretty. In fact, that was actually rather ugly. some cooperation from Francisco, but ultimately we do take the line away, and that's really vital on exit. That moves us up to 12. I think this is a decent recovery drive, but we need more. So let's see if we can settle in, log some quick laps.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left. The leader just did a 41.514.
And as we close down on that opening stint, halfway through the race.
The car is speeding.
Yeah, we'll see some cars come into pit here. This Corvette is not very fast in a straight line. Is my impression of it. Pretty dang good everywhere else, but down that main straight, we just don't seem to get the same pull. Other manufacturers get. Alright, so 13 laps complete. Another car making their pit stop. That puts us up to 10th for the time being. Right. Yeah, so far so good. We've got some work to do if we want to continue our recovery. Actually, stay in the top 10. I think we're just outside of where we started the race, though, so I feel pretty okay about where we're at. I think I want to stay closer to the inside curb there. And same through here.
The car in front is speeding.
This is just letting Francisco keep up with us. He's putting in decent laps. We have 2.6 laps of fuel remaining. We will have to come in pretty soon. That's auto fuel prepared. Don't want to be stationary for too long. In the past, I've had some pretty uneventful races here because
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
when the track is really wide, it gets spread out. You have these technical racetracks, you're going to have usually a pretty wider skill gap. But here, this one's been way more interesting, that's for sure. If I could, Alexandra, that would be ideal, but I guess not.
Left side. Still there, hold your line.
You know what? I really appreciated that up until you cut it so damn close. Like, if you don't want to move over on the straight, I'm okay with that. Whatever. It's my fault. I should have came in. I should have pitted there. That would have been a good time to make the stop. But then in, what is it, turn 3 at that point, like, you don't need to cut it so close. And now you're pulling over for them. Why? Why not me? You know? What did I do? Ooh, so close to losing it. With the brake bias just a click forward just to be sure. Alright. Get the pit crew up on the wall.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. You should get your red fuel.
That is exactly what we have done.
Pit box in 10,
Pitted.
5,
We have pit to refuel.
3, 2.
No tires, of course. Let's be quick, boys. Let's be quick. Gas her up.
Go, go, go!
Alright, so we're ahead of Francisco. That's very key. And away we go. Unfortunately for James, he couldn't quite beat us to the spot, and maybe a little disrespectful, but when that door is closing, and you can put your foot in the door, might as well.
The lead is fitting now.
Actually, we were able to catch the door before it slammed on us, and we stay ahead. I don't know where James is pace-wise or what his race is looking like. I think there might be another car or two that will have to come in, but if we're 13th, and those couple cars come in, then like I said, we'd be right back where we were, P11. I guess
Car on the right.
isn't the worst thing in the world, lap car getting out of the way. Yeah, this track, not a high attrition track. You know, a lot of people are gonna have these awkward moments. Good thing I got ahead of James. He had that wiggle in the mirror. You'll have like an awkward moment or two, you know, where you guys are gonna trip over each other. I had on that lap 1, but overall there's a lot of racing surface to avoid wrecks, and the walls are far away. So we'll pick up a couple places there from the pit stop, moves us up to where we started. There you have it. Back to 11th after all that. But anyways, as I was saying, given that it's not a high attrition racetrack, this might just be kind of where we end up. And if that's the case, then I guess it could have been way worse. Minutes to go. So it looks like James was for position.
The leader just did a 15.997.
I'm struggling just a touch with handling. Brake bias back to where it was. 56.4. Trying to see what the temperature is. 39.4. It's gone up by about 2 degrees Celsius. Braking too late. Trying to be too confident into the hairpin. And a little wide out of the final corner. 42.7 is not going to cut it. Although we're not the only one that ran a 42.7 that lap.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
This is the part of the race, though, where I find like your mental fortitude is just about everything. It's the most important aspect. Come out of the pit stop, you're only 11th. Probably it. There's no more room for growth. You can only lose. Race hasn't gone to plan. Can I just put all that behind and just say, okay, we're in 11th. Let's bring her home. But if possible, let's go a little quicker too. Hey, let's pick up the pace. We got some company here. Track temperatures continue to increase as well. It's up to 40 degrees Celsius now, so it is very warm. Not do that, please. Smashing the curb. Just kind of had a feeling that we could get closer to it, and yes, we can. Mustang ahead did a 42.8 or 42.796. Isn't really that slow. But we've got pressure behind from the Spider-Man Porsche. Maybe him and Nelson can hold each other up, and that'll let me squirm away. This has been something I've struggled with, like, in the past, though. I really do enjoy the Corvette. But when I have used it, especially at Indianapolis, I remember using that for using the Corvette for the 6 hours, or at least for IMSA, and I would just notice, like, post pit stop, I'd be damn near useless with the car. Alright, that time no curb. And I do think we're pretty strong over the hill. Although that wasn't our best moment. Gonna keep our eyes forward. Damn it. I was too patient into Portimao. And now we're really under fire. Alright, we gotta lock in. I'm gonna be disappointed in myself if I lose this race. Got 2 laps to go. Thank God they're battling in turn 1 in my mirror.
You got about 2 laps of fuel left.
Fighting for the same piece of track in turn 3. And that holds them up a treat. Thing is, when we're post pit stop, the car feels a little uncomfortable on a knife's edge. But it's still, like, kind of just as pointed and aggressive as it was before. Alright. Thankful for the white flag. Let's bring it home. 1.2 to the car behind. That's plenty of time. Can't relax.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
But we don't need to take, like, risk and try to reinvent our driving style. Although maybe reinventing it a little bit wouldn't hurt given how slow we're going. Trying to get the car to agree with me. All right, one last corner. And we'll go ahead and bring her home in 11th. After all of that, we end up exactly where we had started. Which I guess is good. Again, it could have been way worse. So decided to take a quick look here at what happened to Ashley. And yeah, it wasn't car number 6 at all. So unfortunately, yeah. All right, so I do want to take a look at our race start here. I do think we played our cards really well up until the middle sector. I was hoping to be able to clear the 2, but that was never going to happen here. And unfortunately, yeah, just getting tagged there. I mean, not much we can really do about that. Let me look at where the contact, I mean, it occurs here with really no overlap, but whatever. I am half on the rubber line, half off, and you can see by the way that he tracks out, I'm sure the contact registers in such a way that changes his trajectory, but I mean, he drives it as if I'm not there. So yeah, what can we do? You know, I mean, here is where he probably should have backed out initially, but when he chose not to, that's fine. At least hold it to the inside. He doesn't do so. It's unfortunate that, you know, we might have been up a couple places or so off the start. Said we're in the gravel trap. At the very least, we're able to, again, because the track is wide enough, we're able to rejoin. At least there's that to help us out. And then I'm just curious because I know Ronald eventually loses his front end. It didn't take very long. A couple laps later. Appears to be in Portimao. And nice. Oh man. It happens, you know? It obviously happens. You have the distraction ahead of you. And then just forget to brake. That happens. Anyways, well, we finished in 11th. I still want to see more. So where are we here? This is our move on Ashley, and does cut us off a little. That's okay. Fair play. Turn 1, Ashley makes a move on this Porsche, and we go ahead and scoop up that opportunity. So that was pretty slick. And yeah, what a move by this Mustang. No contact, so whatever. If I turn into the corner normally, we crash. So, no big deal. Forces the way back onto the racetrack, which also is fine. Everything fine so far. Good exits. I still can't get over that I couldn't clear him here. And then, yeah, look at that lunge. Like, yep, again, if I don't turn out of the corner, we crash. Again, it's fine if he's faster than me. The solution here is to just drive faster. I am aware of that, but still. It's held up momentarily, but not much. And then again, try to take a defensive line. Little tap. And then just jam it into that penultimate corner. Again, no contacts, so it's fine. And then doesn't turn into the corner, which again, it's fine. I'm like getting bullied by these Mustangs. And then here's the next one. Damage on the left front. Dives out of the slipstream. Not really enough overlap to keep the nose in. Uses all of the track again. And then the race will, of course, continue for a couple of laps, but... Right. So then after a while, I do notice that, like, okay, the gap is building between this Mustang of Adam and the Mustang of Pascal. So I noticed, like, we got to get going here. And the way that he drove me, it's, you know, like, sometimes you got to make some space for yourself. So coming into turn 10, late on the brakes, scare him off a little bit, maybe. That was a clumsy move. But then here, he's leaving the inside open. It's going to be fair game. At worst, yeah, we tap wheels. Yeah. I appreciate him not, you know, paying me back right away, which he definitely could have done. And I'm proud of myself for at least driving away from him and making the move. You know, it's a little bit of a argy-bargy, get your elbows out, a GT3 type of maneuver, but, you know, when you gotta go, you have got to go. And that's what I had to do. But anyways, I guess that's about it for the breakdown for this one. Not much more to really say. It was a good race otherwise, so appreciate you guys checking it out.